Welcome to Survivor Chat. We're all here. We had another episode of Survivor last night, and I guess we'll start with the family reunion or the visit. Not my favorite part of the of Survivor, but I didn't have a problem with it too much last night.
Usually it's not. Usually I'm not really down for it. It's kind of this one was cool because it was really cool to see their entire family show up.
Right. Yeah.
That was kind of cool. And then to see the exiled people get to have theirs too. And then there's no challenge and everybody gets to hang out. It was kind of nice. It was like a nice celebration.
I did see on Twitter someone said if Sandra got a visit from her family at Ponderosa, I'm never watching it again. I'm not watching Survivor the rest of the season. And she goes, well, I better not see any tweets from you because my family was with me.
They blew them out too?
Huh? Yeah, they brought them out too. So hello, Golden Hermit is in the chat. So yeah, I guess they couldn't exclude her family also. And it's just
yes, they could. She quit. She's not in the game anymore. You're done. Like, come on. That's weird.
Anyway.
Maybe they already, they flew them out there already. What are they going to do?
I was thinking
already.
Because my strategy, especially in the second half of the season, is you throw the reward challenges if it's an individual one, because you don't want to have to pick people. I'm like going, hold on, especially this one, because you're picking whoever you don't pick is going to be ticked. Because it's like, oh my God. But I was thinking, I go, oh my God, what if you don't pick a family that they have kids? That person will never vote for you. Because I was thinking the whole time, I said, this is almost brilliant. But then when Jeff, I go, okay, that worked. Because the whole time I'm thinking that, I go, God, I wouldn't pick Michelle. I wouldn't pick Nick. I wouldn't pick Sophie because they didn't have any kids with them.
Yeah.
But there's probably one. I was thinking, well, God, there's so many kids there. I go, there's going to be one person you're not going to let me see my kids. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was going to quickly say how Golden Hermit said how she lost it once the Edge of Extinction got their visit. I actually got very, very choked up, and it was for when Tony got his.
Yeah, because I mean, they were all genuine, but you could just see that he just missed his. It's got to be hard. I mean, to me, because that's the hardest part, especially when you have young kids. I can remember, maybe I wouldn't see him for 3 or 4 or 5 days. I was off somewhere, and then you see him again. You go, oh my God, they've changed so much.
Right.
It's like the grandkids now. It's like I might not see Zach or Alex for like 3 weeks, and you go, oh my God, you guys have changed in just that amount of time. So I could imagine when you have no contact with them.
It's, and what's incredible too is how, they've been on the island for 24 days and how the first thing that they're commenting on is how good their family smells.
Yeah.
Where you're probably at that point just so acclimated to BO and bad breath.
Yeah, because it's, go ahead.
Just the salt air. It would just be like everything would be kind of bland, right? Because you get used to smells and you don't smell them anymore. So to have a new smell of somebody wearing perfume or deodorant or something, you could probably really pick it up pretty strongly, I bet.
It's like when I cross over the state line and go into New York. It's totally
You mean New Jersey smells better than New York, or New York smells better than New Jersey?
One of those.
Yeah.
Well, I know when we did a panel with Rob Sesmino, and that was when Cindy asked that question. How do you get how bad is the smell? And he goes, well, everyone stinks, so you really don't notice it. But I liked when Tyson said to his daughter, do I stink?
She's like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're around somebody else and you smell something, you'd probably be like, is that you? Is that me?
Yeah.
Here, wait, smell me. It was getting really bad. I don't know.
Yeah, it just it's one of those things where, but I did like it because they got to see their kids. So
and it was fun. It was fun to see the families playing on the beach and the kids. And I have to say, I was not really ever a big Tyson fan. I just always thought he was kind of a jerk. but there's parts of him this season that have kind of, well, no, it was this episode. This episode, finally, I'm like, okay, he's legit a good dad with his kid and interacting with them, and she was so cute.
Well, maybe changing kids softened him up a little bit. Except we see him at the end. He did give a one finger salute to everybody.
I must have looked down from that. I was just saying before we started recording that I came home today from work and I'm like, okay, we got to record tonight. And I was thinking, I have to watch it again. There was so much going on at the end. There was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot at the end.
Yeah. So, I know some people were saying it would have been funny if Wendell had come out for Michelle. I actually wrote that down yesterday before and I didn't say it in the podcast, but a lot of people thought that would have been funny.
I think the poverty one, that was really sad because her baby's so little, you know. And then
I didn't know her husband was a former contestant.
I don't think he's a former contestant, is he?
Colleen said he was a former contestant in Samoa or something like that.
Was he?
Poverty?
I don't know.
I said I met him because of Survivor,
right?
But she doesn't necessarily say he played Survivor. He played Survivor community. What I was taking from it.
I didn't recognize him. I don't know who he is. I give him credit for kissing her like that when she hasn't brushed her teeth in 24 days. Hats off to him.
Can't be that bad. Her teeth are so freaking white. It's ridiculous.
But they're newly married though too, so it's that
right.
They're still in the honeymoon stage.
I've been in the honeymoon stage with people that I've dated, and I just can't. I can't do the morning kissing thing.
See, the trick is you got to do it before you brush your teeth either. That way, it's like,
yeah.
But that's what I'm most self-conscious about is my breath, not hers.
You ask them if they have it. Well, they have it, and neither of you. They won't know if it's you or them.
Sunshine Breeze says yes. John Finchner. And Miami Mike says Russell's first season.
Oh, gosh.
He was a rocket scientist. Jeff called a poser. Yeah, that's what Colleen said yesterday.
I don't remember him at all.
Huh.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, cool. There's another season to go back and watch, I guess.
Yeah. So, but overall, I thought the family visit, like I said, normally I go, oh, come on. But again, I was glad they didn't have to do the challenge. I was like going, there's no way I would win the challenge. I would tell my wife, we're throwing this challenge no matter what. I'm not going to be picking people that I'm not going to say your kids kick. There's no way. Well,
there was no reward. I mean, the reward was the families, but wouldn't it have been interesting if Jeff would have, because I just thought of this, thrown it out there and said, like, anyone who wants to give up a visit with their family and have their family go home right now gets 5 fire tokens.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you look at your family and be like, I super love you guys, but I need this. I don't know.
I would have done it.
That's kind of a good thing, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll send it in. Anyway.
That's a good twist. Because he let them go sit over there. That's when I was going, something's up, because he never lets them sit together like that. Yeah. That would have been a good twist.
Now, what would they have done if Rob was still in the game or Amber was still in the game? Would they have split up the family?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
Or let Amber come over, or put them somewhere where they could all be together, or some, I don't know.
One of the daughters looked just like Amber.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
I was like, holy crap, that's
right.
Definitely her daughter.
I will say everyone all around, really cute kids. Everybody's got super cute kids.
Yeah. It was
and now, what's his name's son is not the youngest family member to ever be on Survivor.
There you go.
They took that away right away.
Yeah, gone. Well, I asked last night. Do you think they did this because of last season to make it more, to get more of the family angle? Because last season was just a nightmare with the whole Dan situation.
Yeah. I really didn't like those names.
Do you think that they did this because it's all returning players and they're all winners and they're making it special, or they were trying to make it more family oriented to get that stain from last season, kind of get people to go, okay, yeah, that's. I mean, you're never going to forget it, and we should never forget it.
Right.
But
I don't know if they did it because of Dan. I think they did it because everything this season is all about celebrating the show as a whole and the 40 seasons. And so I think it's more that they're kind of making it extra super special, $2 million.
I'm laughing at Miami Mike. He said, I wonder if they let Rob kids visit his giant idol head.
Well, what did they do with those?
That was I saw that was actually that was where the families could use the bathroom.
Aww.
I got to poop my dad's head. No, but I see what you're saying, because Survivor's always been because I know when we were in San Diego, we would have Survivor night, and the family would get together and we'd watch Survivor. Not so much out here because, well, the family's not here, but I know a lot of people have Survivor night, so maybe that's what it was. It's like you said, JP. It's a family. It's celebration. This is a celebration 40th season, and it's family. So I'll go with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, and I think it was definitely a celebration of the show, of the families being together. I mean, it was a huge gesture on their part. And plus, I mean, for us, the viewer also, we've seen all these families already there once. So it was I almost felt like a challenge just wouldn't have been worth it at that point. Just to give them their time.
Right.
Sunshine Bree said, no, Tyson said that the only way he'd come back is to have his kids come out for family visit. It was in his contract.
Oh. Well, good for him.
He said he'd never had a family visit before. His four times on there, he's only had one family visit, and he won one time. Did they not have a family visit that year?
Or maybe did he have like a friend come instead of a family member? Maybe that's what he's talking about.
I don't know.
He didn't make. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Or did he win Blood versus Water? And his significant other was already there, right?
That might be the case. Yeah.
Okay.
Chat.
They'll let us know because they're Googling it right now to check it out. But that's cool. So he did that. And if some of those returning players know each other, perhaps they kind of made like a united front and said, let's all demand this. Because I'm going to guess that him and Rob would have talked about something like that. And Rob would have been absolutely, yeah. It's hard being out there.
Especially for Rob and Amber, because they're both there.
Right.
And the kids are being, they don't have either parent.
So maybe CBS was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. And they said thanks to Fiji Airways for making it happen. So maybe they were able to get an airline to comp all the flights, because that was a lot. When the first group who came out first? Was it Danny's family came out first? I thought, dang, Dad, he brought all 3 kids. That's awfully presumptuous. Well, he's having a hard time taking care of him by himself. I got to take them all. You guys got to all go see your mom. Let's go. And then half the family came out like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Kim. They didn't run to her right away.
Of course, Kim, sorry.
Yeah, they didn't run to her right away. They're kind of shy.
And all 3 of them looked about nearly the same age. She's either got him like 3, 4, 5, or 2 of them are twins or something. They're all right. They're little, all 3 of them.
Bang, bang. Yep.
Yep. Anyway, we're super cute kids. That was really fun to see that side of them.
Mike said it would have been funny if CBS said, that's okay. The only way we're coming back is okay, we'll cast Richard Hatch instead of you.
I think
there was no way they could bring Richard Hatch back this season, not after last season.
If they were
because that opened that whole thing up with him and Sue again, which happened in a different climate, where people were peeved about it, but not PO'd about it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
They can't bring him back at all ever.
Not now.
Especially after last season.
No.
I mean, I'm glad as a society we're evolving to see that some things are just, we can't just continue to laugh about it and go, oh, that's just how he is. No, we can't. So sorry, Richard.
Yeah. Sorry, Richard, you're gone. And then at the end, I liked how they all, after Tribal, they all hugged Jeff. The people on the jury.
If people didn't watch it, it happened after the credit. It was at the credits, right? Where they actually show the person after they're voted out, or whatever, when they read the who voted what.
Right.
Yeah, at the very end. If you guys missed it, go back and watch it because it is so cute. So tribal dismisses, they all go, but all the jury's there, and they're all kind of getting up, and Rob goes, "Hey, Probst," with that little gleam in his eye.
Yeah, and they all run up and hug him. I said, "Oh, that's a great moment."
Yeah, it was great. And those are the people on the jury. They're not that bitter, but they were probably super grateful because they didn't think they were going to get it because they were already out of the game, right?
Well, I knew something was up because it was a big boat.
What
I said, "There's got to be a lot of people on there."
Right away, Rob goes, they're like, "Well, it can't be good." And Rob goes, "It's never good."
Yeah.
Boy, was he wrong.
Yeah.
It depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that I noticed finally, and this entire season, it never stood out of my mind, but either Denise is really short or her daughter is huge.
Her daughter's as tall. I was noticing that too. She's as tall as her husband, but she's very short because I think
her husband looks like he's 6'3", 6'4", right?
Or he's 5'7"
and she's 4'8".
She like came up to like here to him or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's really tiny.
And there was nothing, but there's never been another moment in the show. And I tend to notice these things when I'm drifting and just trying to pay attention, is how, when they're next to other tribe members, there wasn't a moment where I ever thought, oh my gosh, Denise just comes up to Tyson's belly button.
They don't put Tyson and her next to each other, so you can't tell.
Maybe they're not buddies. She's like, I'm not standing by him, but yeah, she's pretty tiny apparently.
Anything else about the loved one visit you want to talk about, or we get into the game here?
They didn't give him any food for the visit.
Well, no, I saw Jeremy walking around with looked like a really good looking cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. But that's what I was waiting for. I'm waiting for are they getting like a picnic on the beach? Are they getting something? You got to be good guests and stuff.
Yeah, because I said, damn, that's a good looking burger.
Yeah, because they didn't get that out of the water.
Somebody smuggled it onto the island.
I'm glad you caught that.
And Tyson's daughter was making soup, and she was going to share it with the dad.
Oh yeah, sand soup.
Sand soup.
She was making it for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice. Nothing better than sand soup. You got to eat, right?
What about a sandwich? Good old dad jokes.
The showstopper, Fast and Sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we'll go to the show, the strategy. We go to the immunity challenge, right? Well, I did want to mention how Sarah said, today we're all, the game's over, and here my kids are playing with the enemy's kids. So I'm like going,
enemy, really?
That's what she said, and I'm like going.
It's kind of a strong word, wasn't it? Though
she did.
But I think that's how she's able to play the game, where she doesn't have any guilt.
Like she compartmentalizes it, like
just like you're my enemy. I got to, I got to do what I got to do to win.
Well, I suppose that keeps you from getting too attached and thinking anybody's really your friend, kind of thing.
Right.
Too.
Well, I've always said it's a game, and like I said, if I'm playing any sport I was playing or any game, my job, if I want to win, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to beat you. I don't care if you're my, relative or a friend. If we're on opposite team.
Care if you're 4 years old, I'm winning.
Yeah, I will knock you down. So I let my grandkids win. Okay.
Wouldn't you?
Apparently you let him push you over too.
Oh my God.
She did that for like 15 minutes.
She didn't get tired of it. You were probably please be tired of this now.
And then finally someone goes, "Hey, should we film this?" And I go, but she just kept, what was funny, she would knock me over and she goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "I'm okay."
I was just thinking, oh my God, he's not going to be able to get back up.
Yeah, it was a while before I rolled. But what you didn't see was she would go over and she'd go over and fall down too.
Aww.
But it was fun. Grandkids are great. But if when I was playing hockey, if I had to do something to you to keep you from scoring, I did it. It was just part of the game, and I think that's the attitude you have to have in Survivor. I mean, I don't know if you have to be as drastic as Sarah is, because she's cutthroat. I mean, she's gonna cut your throat at any minute. Yeah. But if you want to win,
it's okay. She can be tough. You know what? Yeah. The guys can be tough like that. She can be tough like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I think a good missed opportunity here, though, for the player was to, like Tyson, for example, who clearly had the cutest kid there, have her go around and say, "Don't vote my daddy out."
Oh, oh my gosh!
I'm surprised someone didn't do that.
That was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Well, the funny thing is that just sounds like something Tyson would have had her do. He'd have been over there like, okay, go over there. See that guy sitting? Okay, go over there. You know what I mean? He sounds like because he's kind of a jokester like that, right?
She could walk over with her sand soup. Here's some sand soup. Don't vote my daddy out.
Yeah,
I'll be so
hurt my daddy.
sad.
Don't hurt his feelings.
That would have been good. And it's funny that is something Tyson would do.
Yeah, it just seems he's got that kind of sense of humor, right? Yeah.
It would be interesting too, and I'm not saying this to be funny, but somewhere down the line, if Survivor makes it for another 10 or 15 years, to actually see one of these kids play.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be amazing.
Who would have the oldest kids to be able to go and do it?
Well, Denise's daughter can play in 3 or 4 years.
Right, yeah.
Rudy's kids are probably already too old.
Yeah, his grandkids could probably play.
Maybe. That'd be kind of cool, huh? They could call it like Next Generation. Oh wait, they already had a show like that. Never mind.
But they could do that. Just have the offspring of Survivor contestants. I mean, they had I know they've done that before, but just don't have the parents there. Just have the offspring.
Yeah, yeah.
People have never played before, and have them play the game.
Right. All right, send it in. We have got so many good ideas for CBS right now.
Yeah.
They really should put us on the payroll. Let's be honest.
I think so, even though they're probably not filming for a while. But
we're the new think tank right here.
But I would like, because who's the one that voted her mom out? Siri? No, not Siri. Siri. Oh God, what was her name?
I can see her.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You're almost there. It is.
Sound it out.
Siri. I keep saying Siri.
It's not Siri.
I don't know, because then Siri pops up.
Sure.
Anyway, this is going to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And she came back and played again later.
Right.
She played twice.
Well, I thought it was a bad move at the time.
Sierra.
Yeah,
I was close. Anyway, so we got the immunity challenge, and it's one of those tough ones. It's that balancing one, which is I don't know if I probably wouldn't do well at it.
I feel like the people over at Extinction, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this would have been a good one for them to get in, because that's the one that like Rob would have been good at it.
Oh yeah,
Natalie would have been good at it. I could have seen Poverty with her balancing. She would have been all over that. They raced on these guys, and it could have been the getting back in one. But
Ben with his karate didn't work.
No. Well, I would have been like Jeremy, because when Jeremy dropped the second time, it looked like he wanted to chuck the pieces. He got so mad he went. He's like,
yeah, and you just have to kind of shake it off and like recenter yourself, because.
I mean, Kim laughed. Kim did it. And she just kind of laughed. Oh well, I blew it.
Right. But like you would start to get that the nerves would start to settle in, and then that just makes you more stiff. Do you know what I mean? Where you can't really maneuver very well.
I mean, Bitten had really no choice. He had to try and pick up. So him trying to pick up the pace. Once he did that, Tony was smart just to stand there because nobody was even close.
Yeah.
Stand there, gain his composure, and just finish it off.
Yeah, yeah.
There was that one moment though where Tony was reaching for that last letter, and he was maybe about 4 inches away from it. I was on the edge of my seat at that point.
Yeah, he's reaching. He couldn't reach it.
Yeah,
short arms.
His hand was shaking.
Well, you know, what he said afterwards was that it was the first time that he's ever won an immunity challenge.
Yeah.
Singles
Were you
immunity.
guys surprised by that? I guess
He's
like
been
the
on
first-
three times. He won it.
right.
And it's the first time he won individual immunity.
And I'm thinking, wow, that really, really surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means he had that many idols that he was strategically playing at the perfect time to keep himself in the game.
But he was also voting out people that were threats to him.
Right.
His first time ever,
But that nobody stops and goes, wait a minute.
But again, he was no threat to win the challenges. So a lot of times those people fly under the radar.
Yeah.
If people they start thinking, okay, I got to get them out because they're good at the challenges. I can't beat them.
Right. As soon as they don't win immunity, we have to vote them out. But this
Right.
person's never going to beat me in immunity. I can take him out anytime.
Well, not only did
win.
he also got 2 fire tokens, so that was good too.
Right.
So I don't know how many he has now.
Yeah.
So it seems like now they're starting to reward those and have ways for them to get them. You know, where at the beginning of the season, we're like, what is going to go? How are they going to get them? You know?
Yeah, it's got to come into play here, I guess, soon. But yeah, hats off to Tony. I mean, it's because he even said like you have fast and sloppy on your name there, JP, because he said I'm not a patient person, and for him to win, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, he seems more, and I've said this in the last couple of episodes that he's more focused now. He's not, I'm sure they had those moments with him where he was goofy, and being Tony, but he just really seems to have toned it down. And I still have him in there as a final 3, maybe.
Did you see the previews?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna say anything, but if you saw the previews, that
I
might
saw
all
them,
change.
but I don't remember them. I'm telling you, last night it was like this, and it was all. It didn't soak in. I don't know why.
It might all change for Tony next week. I'm just going by the previews. I don't know.
Okay.
I think he
could be editing.
He's calmed down a lot. I don't know if maybe that's having the kids or something. I think having kids for some people, not all, it really makes you have to work on having more patience because otherwise you're just mad all the time.
I used to have a lot of hair, but
so that could be it. And then I was also thinking maybe he's had some therapy. I don't know, but maybe he's dealt with some inner turmoil. I don't know.
Well,
but
maybe
he's a different player.
But part of when you're coming back, I've said this a couple of times. When you're playing with Oliver Trent, you have to change your game.
Right.
Like I said, Adam didn't change his game. He was the same kind of sneaky little player he was before. Where Tony is completely changed his game. He's flying under the radar. He's not making. He did the one thing where he did the spy. What was it? Spy.
Well, and wasn't he one of the ones that ran out there like right when they got to the beach, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, I gotta stop." Like
yeah. So you have to change your game when people know your game. Like that he's played. This is his 3rd time. Like Mike said, he had voted out early the 2nd time.
Right.
But you have to change your game around.
Well,
Rob didn't change his game. Rob was the same bull in the china shop.
Right.
But I don't think it would have mattered anyway.
If that was his plan to completely change his game when he got in there, knowing that he had to, and that was his plan, and then going in there, instincts made him want to do something else, but he was still able to stop himself and follow the plan, stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Good. Wow. Well done. Because it's hard to fight your instincts sometimes,
He's also taken a page out of Jeremy's book. He's latched on to bigger threats.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a target.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he can win it. It depends on how far he goes, but.
So last night with the scrambling, they had decided that Sarah was a threat, right? They had decided Sophie was a threat.
Right.
Jeremy was a threat. Like there were all these things about and Tyson. They were all going back. Who else was named last night?
Kim.
It was really nuts. They were all over the place because as soon as they'd start talking to one person and that person would start going, yeah, we really need to get rid of this person. They're really, oh yeah, you're right. They talk to somebody else. And then all of a sudden when that person, they go, wait a minute. They just swayed us. They're the ones we need to vote for. And they would just flip like that. Now let's vote for that.
Because I don't think there's not a core, even though there's still there's 10 people left last night. I don't think you have a strong 5-6 alliance.
Right.
I think you have 2 or 3. There's 2 or 3 groups, like what's it, voting blocks they call it now. I think there's like Sophie and Sarah right now are strong, but if I'm Sophie, I only keep Sarah because you got to worry about Sarah cutting your like you said, she'll cut your throat.
I think that goes either way. I think either one of them would, but
yeah, but I would just. It's just funny how the voting and how they're all screaming. But I want to say this too: is it just my imagination, or since Denise made the big move, we don't see a lot of her? I mean, last night only thing people come up to her and say, "Okay, yeah, I'll vote that," but you don't see her doing anything anymore.
Do you think that's her? Do you think she's doing that on purpose, or you just think she's not?
No, I just think they're just not giving her an edit. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe she was in it more than I, and maybe
she had
the camera is filming over her. I don't know.
He's in every scene. You just
see a little patch of hair at the bottom of every scene.
Yeah.
Well, she made the big move, right? And then that next episode, she bragged about the big move.
Right, the merge.
Right. She hasn't got a lot more after that's really sticking out for me. So.
I mean, there's no reason to play low at this point. You can't. I mean, you have to kind of fly under the radar a little bit because you were, put a target on your back with that move, but
yeah.
But you don't hear anything from her. I mean, like last night.
I'd want to. I mean, if I were her, considering she made probably the biggest move so far this game, I'd want to try to not stand out. And and again, it could just be the editing. I mean, maybe she's. Maybe there's a reason why we're not seeing that much of her right now from a producer standpoint. Yeah,
I was thinking about God, what happened to Denise? Because when Sarah played her steal a vote, she goes, "I'm stealing Denise's vote." I'm like going, okay.
So that tells you that Sarah, she didn't trust where Denise was going to vote, regardless of what Denise was saying.
Or it was like the Sunshine Breeze says. I think Jeremy was a decoy vote. It was Tyson all along because Michelle voted for Tyson as soon as Jeremy left.
Yeah,
because that shocked me that Michelle voted for Tyson because she's supposed to be on the part that nobody knows. Like, how did she know? But she might be playing both sides.
Maybe.
Or she's just pretending to be with the other people.
There were so many people getting up and talking to different people. And it was like, whoa, they're talking to them. But I thought, and you couldn't even keep who was working with who at that point. Do you know what I mean?
But no one talked to Jeremy. I think Jeremy talked to Ben. That was about it.
Nobody talked to him.
It comes to the question, because a lot of people say Jeremy made a mistake, but he made enemies by doing what he did. I said, well, he had to stay in the game.
Here's the thing. They can be upset with him because they didn't have him to be able to use in their favor for voting, except he would just say to them, like, we don't know how it was going to go. We could hope that's the way it was going to go, but it could have very easily been me. And I can't go home with an advantage in my pocket. Like, that's the worst. I can't do that.
Mike said Michelle might have been whispered to by somebody. And then you got to trust that person who's whispering because there's so many people whispering.
Right. That was what I was saying. You couldn't even keep track of who was talking to who because it was just everyone moving. And
I would have told, if I was Jeremy, I would have said, look, if because I know that Tyson and Ben knew, was it Tyson and Ben? Who knew that Kim had an idol? She told 2 people. I know it was Tyson with one. Was it Jeremy? I can't remember who the other person. It might not have been.
One of them told them.
Yeah, she told 2 people that she had an idol.
Right.
So if I'm Jeremy, if I find out Kim, I go, here's the deal. I'll stay, but you give me your idol. Mm-hmm. We don't tell anybody.
Uh-huh.
You let them vote for me. I play the idol. I stay here. My vote. I'll vote the way you want me to vote. Tyson won't go home. But there's no way, if I'm Jeremy, like you said, I'm not going to sit there and go and hope that nobody stabs me in the back. And I just to save, I gotta stay here to save you. which I know that that I thought he did the right thing. He didn't know.
He did the right thing, but I think if they were aware that there was also a steal a vote in play, he should have really, really held out, because maybe that steal a vote would have been used on his vote. And I kind of think that was the direction she was going to go.
Right.
And then it would have just been a waste.
Yeah.
Well, that game of chicken the two of them had,
Yeah.
because each one of them knows the other one. I mean, there you played your hand. Everyone knows that you each have something, right?
Exactly.
And it's before the vote, so it's not an immunity idol, right? Because you wouldn't be giving it then. So at that point, I was thinking, well, now you guys both have to play whatever it is you have played. But each one of them wanted to see what the other one was going to do, so they could see if they needed to tweak what they were planning to do, right?
And Sarah was outlasted him.
Yeah,
because who knows? She might have been planning to use her steal a vote on Jeremy.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
it would have been a perfect.
But maybe
that would have been a perfect waste.
Maybe that is what was going to happen, and so she had to quick grab somebody, think of somebody else to use it on, because everyone knows she had something to use, and then that's how she came up with the Denise thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Denise wasn't her first.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know, because when they both said Jeff,
right?
Yeah.
And then they're like looking at each other like they did
if
that.
I was Jeremy, I said, I got nothing, Jeff. I'm just
never mind.
Nothing.
And then they both said Jeff again at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff loves that stuff. He tries to play it off like, what? But he's over there going, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Mike says the vote was 5-2-2. If Jeremy stayed and Michelle voted for Sophie, they could have had a 4-3-2, but it was way too risky for Jeremy to stay. I agree.
It was.
Unless you, like I said, you want me to stay? But then again, he like JP said, he could have stayed and lost his vote. But then still, okay, I've lost my vote. I'm out of here. You can't vote for me.
Yeah.
Survivor, if you have a way to make it 3 more days,
use it.
You gotta do it. And that sucks for other people, but it's a me game. First.
If she steals his vote, then we'll probably think, okay, Jeremy's the target. Then you get Kim he has the idol, right? Then he plays the idol. Or she plays the idol for him. But it would have to be a guarantee. The only way I'm staying is if I have a guarantee I'm not going home.
Correct.
And she even made that comment where she could not hear. She had no inkling of who they were going to, try to vote out. So she didn't know where to play her idol.
Well, they got up and walked away.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, that was a risky move for her.
Yeah. I'm surprised because Golden Hermit said, I never understand playing an idol for anyone other than yourself.
Yeah.
If you're in it, I can only see that being a good move, where if you're pretty confident that you've got the correct information and you want to basically just blindside somebody else.
Yeah. But that, how many times has that backfired though?
Oh.
Because to me, Kim, I mean, I thought Tyson was the right choice.
Yeah,
I thought he was the right choice last week,
Yeah, because now he's back on edge of extinction. Who's the biggest competition for Rob? I don't want Rob back in the game.
You don't?
No, I mean, no, if I'm playing, the last person I want back in the game is Rob, because who can make a run at the challenges, especially with all the puzzles, is Rob. So I don't want Rob back in the game. Who's got a better chance of beating Rob? Tyson.
I would like to see that video of him walking on the beach and them all going, oh, God, you again? Really?
Did you bring your really cute kid?
But you got back in.
Did you bring any sand? Did you bring any sand soap? Or not sand soap?
Please make it somebody who's going to beat us, right? Like everyone's like, make it someone super weak. Make it another Sandra who will quit.
Yeah.
That's less competition.
Well, they got Adam the week before, so that was. I thought it was the right move, because my second choice would have been Kim. I don't want to go to the finals with Kim, final 3 with Kim.
Maybe.
I think she.
I don't know what y'all are doing out there.
What happened to her?
I don't know what she was doing there.
Oh.
I think my kids are. I think everybody's hogging the internet right now. Because it's been
Okay.
weeks and weeks and weeks. It hasn't done that. It's now done it to me 3 times.
3 times.
Grr.
Well, at least they're not fighting.
We had like 6 inches of snow today.
Really?
Maybe it's that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't even
Okay.
didn't even stick to the sidewalks. But
Sunshine Breeze says Tyson has too many friends on the jury to keep deep in the game. That's why you don't want Rob back either.
well, eventually there's going to be somebody from the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's the last person I want is Rob, or like I said, Tyson coming back. But Rob is the one. I just don't want him back in the game.
Is there a way for those guys, like, so Amber gave Rob her fire token, right? Is there a way for them all to say, like, listen, we're going to put all the fire tokens together. Whoever goes back in the game takes all of our fire tokens.
Maybe they could.
I mean, well, yeah. At this point, it's all old school players over there, and
Because whoever gets in, that's the only way that can help. That's their only advantage, isn't it?
if that jury is trying to pretty much sway for an old player to win, yeah, I would definitely do that.
Or at least an old player to be able to go in for a couple of weeks and not weeks, a couple episodes, and not be out immediately again. Nobody. I mean, I would think all of them don't want to see that. But
I think they give them just enough to get something, but keep a little for order a pizza or something.
Well, no, because at this point, once they Edge of Extinction, they go to Ponderosa.
they get to go hang out with Sandra.
Yeah, so there's no reason to keep the tokens, right?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't. Well, see, we don't know the rules of all the rules of the fire tokens, right? Because it's the first season.
They get to Ponderosa and they're like, "Oh, I'm ready to eat." They're like, "Okay, that's going to be 1 fire token." I really want a shower.
I want to know if they had ordered a pizza and then whoever was sponsoring the pizza showed up, do they have to tip the guy in fire tokens?
Well, I would hope that CBS production would go ahead and take care of that. But yeah, here you go.
Sunshine Breeze says, "I think it's got to be done before the immunity challenge."
Like
They
for them,
decide-
them already to give it to that one person.
Right? Because Natalie has a lot of tokens. Rob has a lot of tokens. Who else has a lot of tokens?
I thought Rob had used both of his, hadn't he?
But he got 3 more.
Oh. Yeah, it would be nice if somehow they could, like, the person that's going back in from exile is like their champion.
It depends on the rule of the fire tokens because we don't know all the rules. So,
right. Come on, they're making them up as they go along.
and if you're CBS and say Rob does get back in the game, who do you want to win? If you're CBS, who do you want to win Survivor?
Rob.
I mean,
Right?
of all the players, there's a lot of great players left, a lot of fan favorites left. But if Rob got back in the game, I'd want him to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Parvati, or
Because, he's going to take over Jeff's job here next season. So,
yeah. So anyway,
Wait, if he wins, does he get to be the king?
I think he's the king.
I think he's the king too.
He's the king that never quit.
I got to give.
Exactly.
You got to definitely give kudos though. If somebody who did not go to Edge of Extinction pulls out the win, convinces the jury and pulls out the win, I mean that's major Hall of Fame.
But if they didn't go to Edge of Extinction, if the reason they didn't go to Edge of Extinction is because nobody else thought that they were a threat, that they didn't need to get rid of them,
Right.
is that really? Do you know what I mean? That could be used back against them too. Yeah, you didn't go because nobody thought you were.
That's right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if let's say somebody from Edge of Extinction makes it to the final 3, but then somebody who never went to Edge of Extinction can still pull out the win and convince the jury, that's major.
I don't think the jury would bite on that at all.
It's going to be tough because a lot of the people, a lot of people are the old school players. They voted them all out,
Right.
and they're going to be bitter. And it comes down. I said this in the start. It comes down to who do you want to make a 2-time champion?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to say, okay, I won. I consider myself a great player, but I'm not. I'm going to be looked. This person's going to have 2 wins. I only had 1. Who who do I want to give that win to? I mean, they have egos, so it's going to come down to, at this point, it's not who. I don't think it's who played the best game. I think it's who do we want to give that second title to. And I think the old school players are like going, "Oh, these new school players, they screwed us over. They didn't give us a chance." So I'm not. I mean, are the old school players going to vote for Michelle?
Wendell might.
Well, he's not an old school player. I'm just saying. I go, who of the old school players, who do they give their vote to if say Rob doesn't get back in? Say it's Wendell gets back in.
Right.
Who do they give their vote to? Who do they make a two-time champion? Who does Ethan, Rob, Tyson, Poverty? Who do they give their vote to? Amber.
I think they give it to. I think they're going to focus on whoever really played the game. I could see a Denise pulling it out then. I could see a Kim maybe pulling it out.
Well, they'll have lots to discuss over on Ponderosa for sure.
Right.
And they're experienced enough in this game to hopefully, like you say, value people who really played, right? And not bitter and not. So this.
I'm not saying bitter. I'm saying, okay, these people are who's left in the game. Who's the better? I mean,
right.
I don't think it's necessarily who played the best game. Who's the better player? If that makes sense, what I'm saying. Who
do you want to reward as a two-time champion?
Yeah, exactly. Who's the best player? Not who just got to the end of it.
Debate that.
That's what I'm saying. Michelle, who maybe had a bad rap, and it's not fair. But are they going to say, okay, we're going to give Michelle, we're going to make her a two-time winner?
The people are at extinction right now. I can't really see them getting too excited about any of these people being a two-time winner.
Maybe Kim, because she was so dominant her season. Jeremy's been a strong player every time he's played.
Not at it though, really.
No, he's
not really.
I like those two. I like. I just lost my list. I like Kim. I like Jeremy.
I mean, Sunshine Breeze mentioned Sophie, but Tyson didn't even know who Sophie was.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, it's not fair, but I'm just saying that's just the mindset. It's like, I didn't know who she is.
Or was he just saying that because that's Tyson's jerky ways of being like,
That's true. That's true.
He's like negging him, don't get too big for your britches. I don't even know who you are.
Or Denise, because she did take out the queen.
Well, I don't know.
Miami Mike said, did the old school players do some kind of blood swear alliance where they promised to vote together instead of having their own opinion? I'm just throwing it out there because people have egos, and these winners they won because most of them have tremendous egos. So it's.
Well, and it's not just ego, because Tyson said it to his daughter, or said it about his daughter coming. This is what Daddy does. This is my uniform. This is
right.
This is not just about ego. This is their career.
For life, yeah.
Right?
Right.
They make money off of this. So they are thinking about legacy. They're thinking about what this is going to mean to the fandom. Don't you think? So I think it's more than ego.
Well, I think that's part of the ego, though. If you're going, I got to worry about my legacy. Well,
no. The legacy of the game, of the show, of all of the. No. I
mean, I could, like I said, I could be 100% wrong, but that has to be, somebody has to be thinking that way.
Sandra strutted around with her 2 wins, talking herself up all the time, and it had to rub some of the people the wrong way, like they kind of, yeah.
There's no way we're giving her a third.
No, and she probably knew that because she quit. But they have to be kind of thinking that this person who's going to win the first time $1 million and now a second time $2 million, that's $3 million. That's better than anybody's ever done, and that they have to be somebody that they can put up with bragging and strutting around being the king or new king or queen.
Maybe
It's going to be an interesting vote. Well, I guess it depends on, again, who comes in from Edge of Extinction. If it is an old school player and they do get to the final three, I think the vote's going to be a tough choice for the older school players not to vote for whoever.
I don't think Ethan has a chance. I don't think that
Even if
Amber
Ethan got
has.
back, if Ethan got back in, he couldn't win it.
No, I don't think he has a chance to get back in. I don't think he has a
Okay.
chance. I don't think that
Danny?
Amber has a chance to get back in. I just think they're I think they're too weak at this point. You know what I mean?
Danny, I think we got
Danny might be done.
Natalie, I think's got a really good chance.
Natalie's got a really good chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it could be. I think the people who are there on Edge will be Tyson again, right? He could probably get back in again if he really.
Yeah.
Depending on what the thing is, it could always go anybody's way. But I think it'd be Natalie, him, maybe Yule, Rob.
I keep forgetting about Yule.
Yeah, which makes me think that they haven't shown him very much, so he must not be getting back in. Which sad, but can be only one that gets back in now. Yeah, maybe Poverty. Depends on how strong they've kept themselves over there.
I saw it earlier in the chat too that it'd be great foreshadowing when Natalie had that moment with her niece and she was talking about staying strong. I mean, just to edit that into the show, I don't know, CBS, you're tipping your hat a little bit.
Yeah, be strong like me. I was just really glad that nobody said Twinnie.
I think they edited that out for all
Because
of
I was
it.
like, oh, Jack's just waiting for it.
Anyway, I thought it was a good episode. You had the tear part in the beginning. I mean, I didn't tear up because I'm cold as ice.
You don't cry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry. But I thought the strategy at the end again, are they just doing that for show, or do they already know who they're going to vote for?
Yeah,
Are they just doing that? Are they just doing that to mess with like maybe Jeremy because they really didn't talk to him? Are they just doing it to mess with someone?
Or we just didn't see it. I don't know. I would think that those guys are looking at who's still there, and Jeremy's a super threat. Come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a threat.
Oh, he's a big threat.
He's strong. He's smart. He's likable.
He figured out how to sneak a hamburger into the game.
Right?
Yeah.
Skills.
He was the only one I saw with a hamburger. I swear it looked like a hamburger. I don't know. I could have been wrong. Maybe when the kids brought their fake
What if the kids
toys.
made a mud pie and was like, "Here, Dad." He was like, "Oh, it's so good."
It looked good. It looked good to me. Can you imagine being Jeremy having to wait to be the last one?
Yeah, and that was the thing. As each person was called out, the people who were still waiting, they were super crying and
Sorry.
they were just a mess, just knowing that any minute their family was going to come out.
Yeah, that has to be hard. That has to be hard because you're waiting for your family and you're.
Well, because you set it up ahead of time. Usually, the loved ones visit. That's the one person, right?
Right.
But here, you're seeing they're bringing out the whole families, and maybe did they must have all known about that it was going to be the whole family?
Well, they knew after they saw Kim's family, I guess.
Right. That would have made me cry.
Yeah.
When I knew it was going to be the kids too. But I wonder if Tyson put it in his thing, he must have known, right? If it was in his contract. But they didn't let the cat out of the bag this whole season. But they had to have talked about it on the beach at some point
Right.
as a possibility.
All these families and kids probably showed up thinking they were going to get an Applebee's at lunch or dinner. I wonder if while they were waiting in the back there to come out, did they see Karishma walk by with her coconuts?
All two of them.
She's been walking around days. She has no idea what's going on.
I think, maybe she shows up for the finale and pulls out the victory.
She just comes stumbling out of the jungle.
She's at Applebee at a curbside because you can't go inside and eat.
No.
Anyway, on that note, how did the fantasy league do? I played this week.
Oh,
You did play.
Yes, you did. I saw you there.
And because you got your picks in, you actually won for the week. Yeah, you came in number one for the week.
Because I had Tyson going home, right?
Yep.
Guys, we did awesome, the three of us. I came in second, and JP came in third for the week. The three of us, we cleaned it up. We ran the bases.
Yeah.
And then Got was fourth, and then Randy, Carol, Maggie, Ro. My sister continues to forget to put hers in. I mean, like she's got anything going on right now, you know. How can you forget? And then overall, Randy and I flipped. So I am in the lead right now just by 10 points only. But I'm just going to say it. Oh, my gosh. I'm feeling pretty great about this. And I am. I can't help it. I'm usually one of the losers. And then Randy and then JP and then Ro and yes. But it's only from between the there's not a lot of points there for the top three. It can happen. I mean, yeah, Randy and I are just 10 points different only. She'll probably be number one next week.
There's a lot of pressure there.
But this week was a really hard week. Like the picks that people get in, nobody got really massive amounts of points. Like hardly anybody had the person voted off. Only you and Jack. Only me and Jack had Tyson. Nobody else had Tyson to be voted out. So it was a hard week.
And I also hate weeks like this when I pick somebody's going to win reward and then they don't have it. I could have just done the no vote and won 100 points.
I almost want to send them an email because technically it wasn't everybody winning the reward this week.
Yeah, send them an email.
They all got the reward. So everybody should have got points for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was no reward challenge.
Send them an email.
I am.
I had to cross it off. So I put family visit reward challenge. I go on my notes. I go, oh, I have to cross off reward challenge. Thanks a lot.
Like for instance, the mystery question this week was who will mention the phrase tribal council or the shortened version tribal? Everyone answered different stuff, and literally nobody got that right. Like nobody, maybe nobody said it. I don't know. So
I'll tell you, the mystery would have been Jeremy said it at one point.
Yeah, right. Apparently, but nobody said Jeremy. So
nope.
He was the only one that could have got you points for that. Anyway, it was a great week. It was
I got my head in the game.
Yeah, got your head in the game. Is that what you said?
Yep.
All right, now comes time to pick our MVP of last night's episode. This is tough.
Tony.
For his immunity win?
For his immunity win and because he made me cry.
If you cried for Tony, seriously.
I absolutely did.
There's a dead grandma somewhere if he made you cry.
There is?
That's a good choice. That's a good choice, Tony, because you can't take Kim because Kim played her idol for the wrong person, right? Jeremy stayed in the game, but you can say he stayed in the game, but did it hurt him in the long run? Tyson got voted out. Denise didn't even get a vote. Sarah stayed, right? Sophie stayed, but no, I think you're right. I got to give it to, but Michelle keeps voting for the right people. I can't figure out who she's on.
Who she's with, you can't figure it out.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, they always say she's on.
Is Cindy was Sophie?
I don't know. I was going to say for my MVP, I would say Jeremy, just because he did play that and didn't. I think they were going to vote him.
I think he was the target.
Yeah, and so I think him trying to figure out for what people are, because it's what people are telling you versus what your gut's telling you, right? And then
Jeremy was with Kim because they said they're the three on the bottom.
Right.
It was Jeremy, Kim, and Tyson. So he knew that Kim had an idol.
Right, and Kim had said that was when they had the discussion of Kim saying if we knew who they were going to vote, she told them I had an idol. Like if we knew who they were going to vote, and that's when someone said earlier, I never understand using an idol for someone else. That's a situation where you would, because you're three people and the other group is so much bigger and you have to maintain those three, or regardless, you're going home next time anyway, right?
Right.
So,
but again, that's where if I'm Jeremy, say, look, I'm the target. I have because Tyson's like, you got to stay. You know, we need your vote because they needed the vote.
He didn't tell them about his advantage, did he? No.
Hey, Tyson knew about it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyson knew. I think because Tyson was saying, "Hey, you can't leave. We need your vote."
Right.
So that's where I say, if I'm Jeremy, okay, Kim, give me your idol. I'll play it. Nobody knows it. I'll play it. All the votes for me don't count. I stay. I vote, and we vote for
Sarah,
Sophie or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So do you think then that Tyson blames both of them? Like Kim could have gave me her idol, but she didn't. And, Jeremy could have stayed in the game and gave us his vote, but he didn't.
Well,
Right.
Jack, even if they did that, with Sarah using the steal a vote,
Still vote, yeah.
That's whoever they want out, all they have to do is just split their votes up and take away the one vote from them.
But if I'm Jeremy, I'm setting myself up where I can't lose.
He's setting himself up where he can't lose, but then they're just not going to have the number.
But that's the game. Now he looks at he's the guy that left his alliance or whatever.
Right.
He just left him and screwed him over.
But Tyson's gone.
Yeah.
So who does he have?
Right. Anyway, I was just trying to think of a way for Jeremy to like I said, because I think it's fair. The only way I'm going to stay and vote is if I have an idol.
An idol, yeah. Or at least to know, her reassurance that she's going to play it for him.
Yeah, but that's
you're taking a risk. Yeah.
right.
Right.
I mean, if Sarah uses her still a vote on Jeremy, he can't vote. Sarah's like, Kim's gonna be like, well, screw you. I'm not going to give you the idol. You didn't vote.
Mike C has a good MVP. Mike C says the MVP of the episode is Jeff for letting all the family members visit the survivors.
Stuck up.
Yeah, I'll pick Tony.
Mike, Jeff doesn't watch this.
Anyway, anything else we want to talk about? It's coming down to the end.
It is. What is it? May 2nd week of May. May 13th.
Yeah, we found out they're going to do I guess it's going to be all on Zoom, right?
Oh, is that what they said?
I think that's what I heard. It's all going to be on. They're going to be.
Well, the nice thing was they had a lot of time to kind of watch and wait and see because so many other shows have been doing stuff like that, so they can kind of work out all the other kinks before they have to do theirs. So
hopefully none of the contestants get up and go to the bathroom.
I wonder if Jeff is going to ask the big question whether or not anybody on the cast thinks Carol killed her husband.
See, I thought the big question would be how many people tonight aren't wearing pants? Because you only see the. Well, Richard Hatch isn't playing, otherwise that would be a given. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let it breathe, GB. I get it.
Yeah, I'm wearing my new T-shirt.
Nice Blazing Saddles reference.
Oh, okay.
You never saw Blazing Saddles?
I have seen it, but it's been many, many, many years.
So disappointing.
All right. On that note, we're out of here.
Yes.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Ohio State for the win said, really wish this episode had been 90 minutes or 2 hours. It was a great family visit, but the second half, the episode was kind of rushed. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I agree.
In fact, even at the end, I'm like going, are they going to even vote? Because there's only 5 minutes left. I go, are they going to even vote?
That's going to be. I really think the whispering is going to be like the new trend for Tribal. You're just going to see that in future seasons, where Jeff isn't really going to have an interview anymore. It's just going to be.
They're just like, give us a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to go, okay, S5, let's go over here and talk. Jeff.
They're going to say, Jeff, remember your talk show? Now you can't interview anybody.
Remember Rock and Roll Jeopardy?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank for everyone that joined us in the chat. Tell a friend, give us thumbs up, all that fun stuff. We'll be back next week, same time, same bat channel. And I want a harump out of all of you.
Give us a hurrah.
Carol did not kill her husband. No way. We can debate that. There's no way Carol killed her husband. And we can debate that at any point you want. And I'm sticking to it.
All right, we can debate that next week.
Sure.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Bye, everybody.
See ya.